Ex-prisoners of Reddit, what are some of the best tips to survive the first week in prison? As a supervisor in a level 4 prison, don't put yourself in any kind of debt ever. Don't take favors from anyone cause they'll expect one back. If you find a candy bar on your bunk, don't even touch it. Spend your time in county working out. A lot of people hit prison and didn't work out at all in county. The big guys can be pretty rough and they'll test you usually in a joking way, and you don't want to bitch out. Don't cause problems and work out so you look like you can handle yourself and you should be fine. People will generally try to find easy targets. Don't be one of them. Always fight back. Even if you know you'll get your ass beat. No matter what, fight back. They'll see you're not an easy target compared to someone who doesn't defend themselves, or else they'll continue to harass you. If you're taking a shit, take one leg out of your pants/shorts. You are vulnerable on the toilet. Best to not get tripped up if you have to react to a spontaneous assault. A coworker was in jail for about a year after getting caught selling pot. He said the crucial test was when someone fucked with his food. He had his tray of chow, and some young guy smacked it out of his hands. He immediately started wailing on the guy. Claims that this show of force saved his virginity. Get bigger before going in, don't give anyone your food. Sneeze inside your shirt, hygiene is a pretty big thing. No one inside is your friend. Blend in. Give respect to the homies. Also, you are now racist. Side with your color. Be respectful but never let somebody take advantage of you. You will get tested as soon as you come in. Prisoners can spot somebody who has never done time from a mile away. You need to stand up for yourself right away. Don't gamble. Never borrow anything you can't pay back. You will probably need to stick with your race. Stay off the guard's radar. Blending in is your best bet. Never talk to a guard alone, especially if something has happened that they are looking for information on, even if you have no intention of snitching. Don't befriend sex offenders. I was in both jail and prison for short stints as a teen in 2007 to 2009. The drug court I was in had a program that would send you to either jail or prison for a few weeks if you failed tests or got into trouble. Jail, Holding Center, was gross in upstate NY. Poop smeared on my cell walls, everyone was strung out and dirty. I got the flu really bad within the first day or two. It was lonely, cold, and routine. You really look forward to eating. Mostly people in my cell block were pretty chill, some of them had been there for years since it was a holding center as well. I never really felt in danger even as a skinny white teenager. People mainly wanted to talk about the outside world, or show me how they could rap, or just play cards. I was good at graffiti and art, so I got a pen and paper from commissary and drew the cell block leader dude a picture with his name on it, and he liked it a lot and hooked me up with some curry, ramen. However, I did see a dude get messed up bad. After rec upstairs they told me to leave and they shut the doors and a few guys just started slamming basketballs at this other guy against the wall. No clue what he did. Prison was worse because I got no books, no pen or anything. I was in a tiny little pod cell with a door instead of bars, segregated unit but not the shoe. Had a super chill cellie who was a little older than me. We just talked a lot about hockey and music and stuff. I wonder what happened to him. Couple time per day we would get out of the cell into the main area and get to walk around. People were really into creating all kinds of crazy ass snacks in the microwave. We would get a big garbage bag and throw ramen, sausage, etc. into it, shake it up and I'll get a bowl. I had a few people make remarks to me, but once again people seemed to ignore me mostly. I'm sure it's way different in a max security or med security that isn't segregated housing. Edit, forgot to add that the COs ragged on me hard, kept calling me Shaggy and doing Scooby-Doo impressions because I had scruffy long stoner hair. Pretty funny lol. My buddy did some hard time in maximum, was amongst killers. He said most of the guys that were in there unalived their wives, like 80% of them. Those dudes were struggling every day against the gang members, then said he got stabbed with a toothbrush for not fucking with people of his race. It happened in front of 2 guards while they were transferring him out of the prison. Had some other stories to share as well, but the point was that the guards are not there to protect you, and if you're gonna be fucked with, that's how it's gonna be. Once you get to your barracks, stick to yourself and just watch and see how everyone else interacts with others. Get a sense for who's on some bullshit and who's doing their time right. Don't accept anything free from anyone. It's never actually free. Like others have said, don't just give away your stuff either, just bring stress and trouble. Respect and how you carry yourself are key. As for fighting, it's gonna happen and usually it's to test you. If you stand up for yourself, it doesn't really matter if you win or lose, just so long as you'll fight. I wouldn't recommend using drugs, you never know what you're truly getting and drugs just brings trouble. If you're not in a gang, avoid joining up if possible. First week. Be on high alert. Don't turn your back to anyone. Assume everyone is your enemy while pretending to be a friend. Don't make calls to the outside. Don't order canteen. Don't let anyone know who you really are. Don't play any games. Just shower, work out, eat, read, and stay in your cell. My father is a hippie, and one of the kindest people you would ever meet. In the late 60s he went to prison for selling weed for 2 years. First weekend someone tried to rape him. He beat the guy up so bad, that he lost an eye and had to have his jaw rewired. My dad said he felt bad because the guy acted a little off after that, but he said from that day forward not one single person messed with him. His advice has always been don't fight, but if you are forced to then make it count. 1. Don't be a bitch that gets taken advantage of. 2. Mind your own business. 3. Don't be afraid to get into a fight. 4. Don't let anyone borrow, lend or give away anything to anyone. You'll be seen as weak and be seen as a target. 5. Respect is everything in jail, maintain your image or you'll have an awful time. Oh, and one other thing, put on your racist hat, you now belong to your colored group. Whites, blacks, Chicanos. I've never been, but my father, who did a few years, told me that when you're on the toilet in the same room as your bunkie, to flush as soon as something hits that water. Tell all the other prisoners, hey guys, let's just be nice to each other and maybe prison won't be so bad. They'll all put on a why didn't I think of that before kind of face before one guy starts a slow clap that turns into an erupting applause from everyone. High fives all around. Guards are all in tears. Warden comes up to you and kisses you on the forehead. This may only apply to UK prison. But never, ever borrow anything. Ever. So when you first get on the wing everyone's gonna be in your business, they're all gonna be asking either to lend your stuff, don't, offering to lend you stuff, really don't, or to ask why you've been sent down. If you accept anything off anyone they will want it back double bubble style, as in, I gave you a vape cartridge, you owe me too. That's standard everywhere. And don't lie about why you've been sent down because they will find out by either talking with a groom screw or calling someone on the outside, or they could just pull it up on the iPhone they shouldn't have inside. Debt will follow you wing to wing, so you can't just run a debt up on one wing and move to another. Someone on that wing will just buy the debt off the other guy. Don't get friendly with the screws. Always stick up for yourself and fight back, even if you're not a fighter. You will be respected if you show you won't be walked over, even if you ended up getting robbed and losing your stuff as long as you fought back and did something. Stay away from the drugs, it's easier to get than outside prison and people will be actively trying to get you on whatever. Also 75% of Contra inside prison is bought in by guards. Mind your own business, sounds easy and can be. Stick to it. Be carefully who you trust, there are some good lads in prison and if you make a good pal or two it can make a world of difference. Keep your head down, nose clean and learn how to be a better criminal. This thread is freaking depressing. American criminal industrial system is freaking insane. Meanwhile the Scandinavian prisons the biggest rules are stuff like, wash the dishes if you used it last, and always remember to say good morning to your friends. Get a book. You can use the spine of a large book as a cudgel. Last resort though because you'll probably lose reading privileges. Plus reading will help you mind your own business and stay out of trouble. Books make good friends, cons don't. Inform everyone that you used to perform in the circus eating glass, and that all that glass is collected in the lining of your anus, turning your ass into a cheese grater. Don't let anyone see your phone code. A lot of prisons use stuff like pay-tell and the time you buy is loaded into an account, and then you use the same code before you dial out. If someone sees you put your code in, they can use up all your minutes. The COs could investigate it and find out who used it, but they probably won't. As a CO not an inmate, don't play stupid games. Just come in and do your time. My state has an inmate, who would have been released next year. The only problem is he keeps doing so much stupid stuff he's catching street charges which has added 10 years I think so far. And it's all assault on staff or other inmates. Thank you for watching Reddit Stories. May you and your loved ones have a blessed day.